Well, hey there friends, welcome back to another episode of Life in the Higham house. We got a couple projects today we're going to work on. We have ducklings. We've had ducklings for about a week, 2 weeks now. And we've come to the place where they are now getting out of the little brooder / pen that we have put for them. Usually when we have young chickens or ducklings, we keep them in a brooder for a couple weeks. Once they get their feathers, we move them on outside. With the chickens, it's usually not a big deal. I have a bin big enough that I can keep them in for about 3-4 weeks. At that point, they have their feathers. They're able to go outside. We can do some things outside with them. The ducklings, however, they are growing very quickly. And so they are now able to jump out of where we're putting them. So it creates for me a little bit of work to do today. A couple projects I really wasn't planning to do, hoping to get a few more weeks with them inside, but we're probably going to move them outside. And so we're going to work on some projects to get ready for the ducklings to move outside probably sometime this week. I doubt I'll do it today. But I got two options. I got a space right behind the house where the old tomato garden was, or I can move them down with the chickens. And I think we're going to move them down with the chickens. But before we get to taking care of the ducklings, we got to take care of the chickens. Coop needs to be cleaned. I was supposed to do it last weekend. We had a busy last weekend. Didn't get it done, so we got to get it done today. So first task, let's get the chicken coop all cleaned out. And then maybe we'll have some fun with the ducklings here in a little bit. All right, let's get to work. All right, with the coop all clean, you can see there she's already coming in and scratching around. So you'll remember earlier this summer we did the coop remodel, we did the run extension, and we created all of this space here for the chickens to run free and have some free range time, some digging time. Plan is to eventually get wood chip in there. It'll be a great place for them to scratch and just have a great time in there. Also, it'll make us hopefully some good compost in the future. So here's the deal with the ducks. Over here we have the old duck hut. We built this for our previous ducks and it did great. The first season, something did get into it. We lost a few ducks. I made some changes to the door, the locking mechanism. That worked really, really well. So now what we want to do is we want to move this, I think, inside to the run and put it in here so that it's secure so that we can let the ducks run around in the run. But what we got to do for the duck hut is, like the chicken coop, I want to put a floor in it. I want to take some pallets and create a deck for it so that it is not in the ground. That prevents anything from digging up underneath, trying to get to the ducks or the ducklings from underground, which was one of the problems we had before. we didn't lose a duck, but we had a duck injured because something dug enough of a hole to grab one of the chickens and do some real injury to it. So the decking underneath of it should prevent that. So far with our chicken coop, with the pallet deck underneath of it, there's been no evidence of anything tampering with it or trying to get in. And really what it's done is it's created a really secure space for the chickens. And once I close those doors, I could probably leave the coop itself open, because we have made it to a point that nothing can dig up underneath of it, nothing can get in from above it, and all of the side walls are secure enough that it should be fine if we were to not lock the door to the coop. That is providing that we do the 2 doors that let the chickens out of the coop into the run. So what I think I'm going to do is take off this section of the run here. It's simple. It's just green traffic barrier. It's something heavy duty yet. My plan is to eventually build a really nice closed in run with a roof and screening and all the proper, protection. That's, for me, it's probably another year or 2 down the road. This was just a quick way to give them a space where they can be out and have some fun and do chicken stuff without them being in our yard. Now, usually on the weekends, we do let the chickens run, either on a Saturday or a Sunday. Since I'm out here, we're letting them run, and that allows me to kind of do work within their coop. We generally try to keep our chickens in the run during the week, just simply because we want to make sure they stay on our property. If we're not here to keep an eye on them, I don't want them wandering into our neighbors' yards or getting into trouble that way. And while I'm out here working on them, they generally are staying within eye shot. They won't go too far. But if they're left to themselves, they do like to wander a little bit. So it's just easier for me to keep them here. So I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to take this portion of the fencing down, see if I can't drag the duck hut into it, and then what I want to do is I want to put it, I think, down that end. And where that pallet is, you can see how uneven it is. Well, I think what I want to do is I want to put the duck hut in that space with the pallet boards underneath of it. But I'm going to have to do some work to get the pallet boards ready. They're not quite ready just yet. So I'm going to have to put some work in the garage before I can get to that point. So I think I'm going to wait till later on this week and do all of that, and then I'll come back and share it with you guys. I don't know that I have the time to do it all today. We are expecting a pretty good rainstorm here. But look at these guys. They love being out. They love digging. And eventually, all of this here, we're going to clear this out. This is all going to be their run. My plan is to have it fenced in all the way down into the lower part of our yard so that they can just have all this space to scratch and run and be free. And so we're going to clear out a lot of this brush. We're going to clear out some of these weird trees. But look, they love being back here. Look, that's where they go. Look at that. And that's why I want to put them down here. It's cool, it's shaded. I'm not going to take all of the trees out. I'll take a bunch of them out. But it'll create a really cool space for them to be down in here digging and doing what chickens do. So that's like the ultimate dream, letting them have this entire space. And we've got a fair amount of space down here. I mean, I can't even begin to show you, but we go back probably another 25 feet. And so with all of this down, we'll have that much more space for them to run. But like I said, that is not today's project. It'll probably be one of our projects in the fall, because when we get windstorms, we lose the dead trees that are above us. So you can see this tree here is already split and is coming down. It's actually hanging on our old trampoline here. So all of this is all part of the tree branch that split right about there. But all of this, our old doghouse, all of that. We want to pull all this out because this becomes incredible space for the girls to roam. Look at that, they're just chilling out down here. It's nice and cool in there. There's a ton of bugs in there. They're natural dust bathing. I don't need to build a dust bath for them if I've got natural dust baths right there in the woods. And that just adds to their happiness. I mean, their productivity, their ability to be entertained, all of that we can do. They got plenty of things to crawl on, fly on, perch on, dig in, all that good stuff. So I think for me, for now, we're going to clean up the mess we made here. The coop is clean. Animals got food. We took care of that this morning. I'm going to go and work a little bit with our ducklings because we need to think about something for them. They keep jumping out of their duck pond. And they're getting to the place where I want to get them in water. I want to get them splashing around. And I want to begin to think about where they're going to be long term. So I got that to think about. We're going to let the girls hang out a little bit. I'm going to clean up all this down here. And then I'm going to go and get some work done because I got some website work and some editing work I need to do. All right, there they are. Look at them hanging out in here, hanging out in the woods. They're all enjoying their Sunday. Coop is clean. That's going to do it for today. Thanks so much for watching. Make sure you come back. We got lots more. So excited. We did our fall decor remake or makeover in the living room. It looks fantastic. We're going to bring you the updates on the kitchen and the bathroom and the outdoors. All that's coming. So make sure if you're enjoying watching the content, if you enjoy hanging out with us, you want to see what we're doing next, go ahead, subscribe, ring the bell. We're cruising. Bray and I are planning. We talked about sharing with you guys what we're going to do for our 500. So we know there's going to be a t-shirt involved, and there'll be a few other things involved. But Bray and I will come, hopefully in maybe in another week, and we'll share that with you. But we are moving already towards 1,000. So if we hit 1,000, that's another giveaway. So we're super excited about all of that. All right, friends, that's it. Thank you so much for watching. As always, make sure you're checking us out on our blog, lifeinthehigham.com, and follow us on our social media. All sorts of fun pictures and things that we do get posted and shared there. So look us up on Instagram, Life in the Higham House. Guys, thanks so much. We'll see you next time. And until then, this is Life in the Higham House. We'll see you later.